Hey Nash, what should we make?
Well, in the spirit of the fusion kick we've been on, I propose we make a Korean barbecue ramen lasagna.
All right, let's make Korean barbecue ramen lasagna. Today we're gonna do another fusion. I'm thinking, I wanted to make some sort of lasagna, but Asian also sounds kind of good. I was going kind of between like Korean barbecue, ramen, lasagna. So I figured, hey, what the hell? Let's make a Korean barbecue ramen lasagna. So instead of our like meaty tomato sauce, we'll do like a Korean barbecue beef sauce. And instead of lasagna noodles, we're gonna see if we can make ramen noodles work. We'll kind of probably just do like the lasagna cheese, ricotta, mozzarella, because that's pretty neutral. And we're gonna give it a try and see if it works. So without further ado, let's go. So the first thing we're gonna do is make our sauce. We're going for like a Korean barbecue kind of sauce, and then we're gonna braise our beef in this sauce. And once the beef's done, we'll shred it real good, and then we'll have kind of a Korean barbecue beef sauce for the lasagna. So we start with a cup of soy sauce, a cup of brown sugar. And again, here in the desert, my brown sugar always dries out and clumps up, but it's fine. It'll be fine. A couple of teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, same of rice wine vinegar, about a tablespoon of minced ginger, and about the same of minced garlic. Then we'll add as much gochujang as we can get. I was hoping for more than that. That was maybe a tablespoon. Tablespoon or two of sriracha, and a couple of tablespoons of mirin. And then we'll just mix this all up. And it doesn't have to be smooth because it's all just gonna cook into one smooth mess anyways. Then we set this aside. Then we get out our meat. You want something probably a little tougher if you were to just cook it like a steak. So like this is just a chuck roast. So that's a perfect cut because it's got a lot of flavor. It's got a decent amount of fat. And we're just literally gonna slow cook it until it turns to shredded beef. So you don't need to use like a ribeye or something like that. So this is perfect. Anything in that category. Then we're just gonna hit this guy with some salt, pepper, garlic on all sides. And you can just kind of get all the leftovers with the edges. Then to a hot pan, a little bit of oil. We're just gonna give our guy a nice sear. So we're not looking to cook this, we're just looking to give it a sear on all sides. When your meat's seared nicely golden brown on each side, we can go ahead and pull it and put it into our crock pot. Then we add all of our sauce. And we put a lid on this, and we're gonna cook it for probably 8 to 10 hours on low or 4 to 5 hours on high, depending on what your day looks like. So I'll see you soon. Once your beef is all cooked up, then we just wanna come in here and just shred it real good. Then once your beef is all shredded in there, we want this to be roughly the consistency of like a nice thick tomato sauce. So I want to thicken it up a little bit. So I'm just going to add a cornstarch slurry, which is 2 tablespoons each, cornstarch and water. Stir that in, let that thicken up. Then we can put a lid on this guy and let it cook while we get everything else ready. Then we want to grate some mozzarella cheese. Don't forget to pay the cheese tax. Then with our mozzarella in a bowl, put in about 4 cups of ricotta. Come on, you guys can do it. There we go. Pinch of salt, pepper, and garlic, and then 1 egg just to hold everything together. And we get this all mixed up. Then we set this aside. Well, clean up your mess and then set it aside. So the last piece of our puzzle is our noodles. So we have our ramen noodles. We're just gonna drop these into boiling water for literally probably less than a minute. We don't wanna fully cook them. We just wanna get them sort of pliable and like loosened up a little bit. And then we pull them out and set them aside. So we take a greased casserole dish, aluminum tin, whatever you got. So now we're just gonna layer this like a normal lasagna, just not with normal parts. So we want some of our sauce on the bottom so nothing sticks. And then we layer our lasagna noodles, which is ramen. I'm sure there's like a better way to do this, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just gonna do as close to like a few layers thick as you can. And then we'll go in with a little bit of our meat sauce here. It will be interesting to see if this actually works. And then without having like the lasagna noodles, we don't have like a hard surface to work on to spread out your cheese. So you're just gonna have to kind of glop it and try to get like an even layer if you can. And then we just finish layering it up. Wash, rinse, and repeat. And then we're just gonna finish this off with some grated mozzarella. And we may have overdone it a little bit. We're a little over full, but oh well, make it work. Now we want to cover this loosely. I'm actually not going to use this lid. So we're gonna cover this real loosely with foil. You don't wanna put it too tight, otherwise the cheese might end up sticking to the foil. So I'm just gonna give it a nice loose covering. And then we're gonna bake this at 400 for about 45 minutes. I might check it a little earlier because I'm going by my normal time for a regular lasagna. But 400, 375, 400, doesn't really matter, for about 45 minutes. And then you wanna remove the foil and cook it for another 10 to 15 without the foil, just so the cheese gets a little bit bubbly, little bit golden brown. You don't wanna burn the cheese. So you wanna watch that last part. But yeah, but basically 445 minutes covered, 15 uncovered, and off we go. And here's our guy right out of the oven. You can see it's actually still bubbling. Now, if you're using one of these aluminum tin things, watch out because they're super flimsy. So I doubled this one up and then put a sheet pan underneath because they will collapse. See right there, those are cheese burns from a lasagna, from a collapsing tin. So fun stuff. So this is obviously super duper hot. We're just gonna do a little bit of garnish here. I'm just gonna put a little bit of chili oil on here. And then we'll just top it with some green onions, going for that sort of ramen sort of flair there. Make sure and drop your green onions everywhere. Just, you know, make a mess. I don't know, it's probably too many, but whatever. Now, for any lasagna, you want to let it cool before you serve it. Everything's just sort of, it's like a big old roast. You want to let it cool so all the juices can kind of get reabsorbed and all that. So this is super duper molten lava hot. Also, if you try to scoop it if you haven't let it cool, you're not going to get a nice clean, you're not going to get clean pieces. You're going to get slop because it's all going to blah, blah, blah. Anyways, whatever. Anyways, we're gonna let this cool. But for now, there is our Korean barbecue ramen lasagna. All right, let's let this cool. See you in a few. And here we have our Korean barbecue ramen lasagna. You can see some of the noodles burned a little bit here, but that's because they were exposed. And you know what? It's just texture. I'm not mad at it. All right, well, let's take a piece and see what happens. Look at that. Look at that. It actually worked. Interesting. It looks like some weird worm thing for Halloween. It looks kind of crazy, but there we have our Korean barbecue ramen lasagna. And it's time for a bite. All right, this is probably gonna be kind of messy. Looks kind of crazy, but cheers. This turned out amazing. I really like it. The ramen is definitely different than like your normal sheet noodles, you know, that you usually use for lasagna. But it's cool because it's got kind of a different texture. That Korean barbecue shredded beef sauce that we made. It's sweet, it's savory, it's got a ton of umami. It's got a good kick of spice. And then when you add that kind of with the ricotta and the mozzarella, which are both very kind of neutral flavored cheeses, it just works really, really well. It's a totally different flavor. You kind of get the consistency, the textures of lasagna, a little bit different, but then the flavor is completely different. You get that full on sort of the ramen with that little bit of the cheese just sort of brings it together. And then you get that just hit of flavor with that barbecue sauce with the shredded beef in there. It's freaking fantastic. If you're into experimenting, I'd say definitely try this. Try it with the ramen. If you didn't want to mess with the ramen, the sheet noodles would be a lot easier. Either way, it would be really good and definitely worth a try out of 10. But hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
Excellent. Finally finished my flux capacitor. I just need to put everything back together. And pretty soon we should be going back to the future.
Well, check it out. We got this Korean barbecue ramen lasagna you wanted. We made a dog-friendly version just for you. Here you go. What do you think?
That makes my mouth happy. It kind of reminds me of a barbecue chicken pizza in the way that it's definitely lasagna, but has a distinctly Korean barbecue flavor that is rich, sweet, savory, spicy, with a touch of umami and packed to the nudes with flavor.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present.
Nash approves, I approve. Not only another great fusion, but another great lasagna fusion. If you like lasagna, you like Asian food, go make this. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you all. Love you all. Sound effects of dogs drinking, thanks to Nash. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to subscribe, like, share, comment, that would help us out. We'd really appreciate it. Hit that bell for notifications. If there's anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments or head over to our website, timschaoskitchen.com. Send us a message there. And hey, just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, be good and peace.